Your next performer coming to the stage is a great friend of mine, just a really great addition to this class. Let's hear it, everybody, for Pushy Muldowney.
Hello. In the late 90s, I was in my early 20s, and I had dropped out of theater school because college was getting in the way of all the fun I needed to be having. I think some people might say to describe what I was going through as a slutty phase, but I don't like to use that word. I'd rather say I was very generous, very accommodating. So mostly I was just always on a constant quest for like impressive badass stories that I could tell very loudly to all of my friends. I was pretty good at accumulating them. I was taking myself on this long solo road trip all around the South, which I also like to consider one of the most productive manic phases of my life. It was really triumphant. I was in a music venue in Asheville, North Carolina, because I'd been following a musician around that I kind of had a crush on. And during his show, this guy who is sitting next to me at the bar starts chatting me up a bit, and he asks if he can buy me a drink. And he was really cute. He was thin and tall and had bushy hair. He looked like Jason London from Dazed and Confused. But he was the thing that, like, aside from him just being physically cute, what I couldn't get over was he was so nervous. Like, he didn't have very much experience talking to hot girls in bars or something, and I thought that was adorable. Adorable. So yeah, you can buy me a drink. He buys me around, I buy him around. We buy each other drinks, we're laughing, having a really good time. It was a fun night. And as the show's wrapping up, I see him kind of take the last swig of his beer and kind of take one of those here goes nothing breaths. And he turns and says to me, "Do you want to get out of here?" And I've never played hard to get in my life. And I was like, yeah, I have a hotel room right down the street. Do you want to come down to my hotel room and smoke some weed and hang out or something? So I grabbed his nervous little hand and we walk a couple blocks down the street. We stumble, pretty drunk, down the block. And we get to my hotel. And as soon as we get in the elevator, I don't know what happened, but like this guy, he left all of his anxiety and hesitation on the other side of those doors, because as soon as the elevator doors closed, he went for it. He threw me against the wall. We were making out like crazy. And then the elevator doors opened, and we did one of those, the kind of like drunk stumble makeouts that you see on TV or in movies. They look really good when they're all like choreographed and rehearsed, but in real life, when you do that, it just results in a lot of minor injuries and awkward apologies. But we were having fun. So we get to my hotel room, we get in there, and we don't even bother to turn the light on. We go straight for the bed. We're all over each other, and I had to just call a quick pause to go to the bathroom because we had been drinking at the bar all night. I needed a minute. So I go into the bathroom, and while I was in there, before I come out, I decide I should take off my combat boots, because it was 1999. And I was wearing combat boots, and everybody knows that if you're too swept away in the making out and you're trying to take your pants off before you've taken off your combat boots, you're going to get in a big tangled mess. So, saving on logistics, I take off my combat boots, and I decide, well, I'm taking things off. I might as well take off my pants. So I take off my jeans. And then I figure, why be fancy? So I just take all the rest of my clothes off, and then I'll surprise him by sliding back into the pitch dark hotel room, slip into bed all naked, and it'll blow his mind. It's gonna be so awesome. So I take everything off. I go back into the hotel room. It's totally dark. I slide onto the bed all sexy, and I can't feel him anywhere. And that is weird. Then I turn the light on, and I look around this room, and this guy is gone. He's gone. He just left. And I'm standing there naked, alone, in a hotel room in Asheville, trying to figure out what could possibly have just gone wrong. But he started talking to me. He bought me a drink. He says, do you want to get out of here? And I said, yeah, and I brought him here. And then I go into the bathroom, and then he's gone. That didn't make any sense. And then immediately this feeling of dread just like punched me in the gut. I am a fucking idiot. I let him know I was traveling alone. He knew I had a lot of cash on me. I just brought this guy back to my hotel room to get robbed. So I freaked out. I dived for my purse, and everything that I have of value, which is my cash, my debit card, and my giant bag of weed, all of my stuff is there. He didn't take so much as a cigarette. And I stood there naked in a hotel room in Asheville. For a quick moment, I felt relieved that I wasn't going to have to tell my friends the story about how I let this cute guy totally play me for my own arrogance, so I would bring him back to the hotel room just so he could rob me. But then I thought about telling my friends the story about how this really cute guy chatted me up, and I let him pick me up in the bar, and I brought him back to my hotel room, and then he just changed his mind and left. Actually, he bolted. And for a split second there, I kind of wished he'd robbed me. Thanks a lot, you guys.